Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on the Highlands fishing DLC. Okay, so we're in the process of doing some grass work at the moment, and I was going to bail it, but somebody had a few comments actually I saw in the last video, really good suggestion, and that is that we have actually got a silage pit on the map. So, instead of, well, I have already bought the baler, but instead of also buying or leasing a wrapper, I'm going to, I think, because it's something that I don't do very often, haven't done it for a while, and we already have it on the map, going to use the silage pit. So we're going to tip the grass in there. We only have this, this is the only downside, we only have this small loading wagon, so this may take some time, but it will be cheaper for me, I think, than using a baler and wrapper, although I do already own the baler now, so I kind of regret buying the baler. But I don't have a wrapper, so I would have still needed to get the wrapper to do this as silage. I will be keeping some back, of course, though, for the cows and the particularly for the sheep, because the cows can have the hay bales that I've already got. But I think we can tip in here, unload here, control R, yeah. So we'll tip this in the pit. Not all of it, like I say. It'll be most of it, but not quite all of it. I want to keep some back for the animals. But yeah, we'll keep this as silage, and then we can give the silage to the cows when it's fermented, and maybe even sell some as well. So yeah, so the sheep will be having mostly the grass, and the cows will be having the silage and the hay. We've got a few hay bales as well, which I did spot a few episodes ago. Some people keep pointing it out, but yeah, I found it there. There's a few there, tiny little bales, but there are some. So they're hay, and they can go to the cows. Because of course hay and silage give 80% productivity, whereas grass only gives 40%, so even though it's not 100%, we haven't quite got to a TMR mixing stage yet, but silage is better than grass, so yeah, I'll definitely be doing, and the hay as well. Silage and hay are better than the grass. So I'm going to get on now with loading this wagon with grass from the field and tipping it in the silage pit, and yeah, I'll come back to you when we've done a few loads of this. I may also bale some, actually. It would be still easier to have a few bales stored of grass, just grass bales, which I will be using for the sheep, to feed the sheep. So yeah, that's the plan. I will go and get the baler at some point before I finish doing this. I won't do it all as loose grass, but I will be doing quite a few loads of this like this. So I'll get on with this now on a time lapse, and I'll come back to you when I've done a bit more. actually think this is the first time I've done clamped silage in FS25. I think the last time I did this was in FS22, so it's interesting to see how it's changed. I think the textures have changed, and I think it's slightly better the way it does it as well. It's not quite as sharp. I don't know how to describe it really, where you get stuck all the time in it, like really sharp edges on it, really sharp peaks, and yeah, you used to get stuck really easily, but this feels a lot more natural, I suppose, the way they've done it now. It does feel better. Anyway, there we go. That is the it's not all of it, but everything that I want to clamp into silage. This will be all for the cows, I would imagine, unless there's some left over which we can sell. But yeah, the priority is to get the cows some feed, so that's going to be fermenting into silage. We've got 96,000 litres in there, so we'll clamp that. Oh wow, different texture on the clamp as well, the cover. That's interesting. No rubber tyres on there, they normally get a load of tyres on it to hold it down, but yeah, that's how it looks now, which is different. It used to be a white sheet, so now it's a different colour. Yeah, so that is all of the grass picked up for silage, but as you saw there is a little bit left over in the field, so as I said, as we bought the baler, I might as well use it. I will bale the last little bit, and we'll keep that as bales for the sheep, so I'll just basically put the bales in the sheep's feed trough area, and it will just keep that topped out. I won't have to keep doing anything to it then, I'll just leave it, and the sheep will just take grass out of the bales as they need to. So I'll go and put this away, and then I'll go and pick up the new baler at the shop. I haven't used it yet, so we'll go and see that. It will need repairing though before I use it, but we'll try and do that as we're there. Hopefully it won't cost too much, because I've only got 9,800 in the bank, which is not a great amount of money to have. I would like to get a bit more, and I have got a loan as well, I think, still £60,000 loan, I think. I did ask about how other YouTubers are managing to do everything in the first 5 episodes. Apparently they're taking massive loans out, which is, yeah, I understand why they're doing it, because they want to try out all the new features as soon as possible. So would I. I would like to try out the new features as well. But I feel there's always more satisfaction about building up to that, although there is a balance between taking too long to get there, where everybody else is bored of it by the time you just start doing it, yeah, the way other people are doing it, just doing it straight away. So I think there is a bit of a balancing act there to get it right. I will try and make as much of money as I can on my own before I start taking massive loans out, but if I do get to the stage where I really want to start progressing and achieve stuff, then I probably will extend my loan a bit more, because I don't have a lot of money at the moment in the account, so that would be good if I could improve that a bit. Haven't sold anything yet though, of course. I have got all my crops and straw still to sell, so hopefully once I've sold that I'll be able to make a bit more money. Also, the other thing I want to do, apparently there are quite a few building projects. I've seen the castle building project. Apparently there's also a grain mill, is it? A windmill or something? Which I haven't seen or I haven't noticed yet, but apparently you can actually take your products there when it's being built. When you finish the building project, you can then take your products there. So that would be interesting to try out. I might even do that one first actually. But anyway, we're here at the shop, so I'll pick up this baler, get it repaired, and then I'll go and bale the last little bit of grass. Right, so got all the bales picked up, so we've got 5 bales in total off that bit of grass there. So these are going to be for obviously the sheep. I've already put 3 of them in front of the sheep enclosure, and these are the last 2, which I'll just take down there. For some reason the first 2 didn't seem to me too bad on the weight, but this one, I don't know why, but they seem to be tipping forward more. It makes making the tractor tip forward more. I don't know what why that is, but it's not too bad. It's just about doable, but I could do with a bit more weight on the back. It should be okay. We'll get down there, and I'll put them in front of the sheep as well, and that will be enough bales then to keep it going, keep the sheep fed all through the winter, hopefully, until we get the next cut of grass in the spring. So yes, this is the worst bit, going down here. This is yes, I thought so. See, the first bales didn't do that, so I don't know why these ones seem to be heavier. It's a bit weird. I can't understand that, but anyway, let's just go down there. And then we've got all those straw bales over there, which I'll be selling. I think I'll be selling them all. Oh, see, the other bales didn't do that. I don't know why. Oh, I've lost one as well. Oh well, never mind, we're nearly there. Let's put that one on top of this one, and I'll just go back and get that other one that's fallen off. And then that's all the grass work done. So yeah, done really well there. So thanks to everyone that mentioned about the silage pit on the map, because it's not often you start with one of them. On a lot of maps you don't get them, so yeah, it's good that they gave you that to start with, and it saved me having to get a bale wrapper, because they're quite expensive to lease. Even, well, I was obviously going to lease it, I wouldn't be able to afford to buy it, but even leasing them, they're a few thousand, so that saved me probably at least 3,000, maybe 4,000, so that's good. Just the only downside is it's a little bit slower to move it afterwards. We've got to get a decent sized bucket to move it all, because there's 96,000 litres of silage in there, so that will need to be loaded into a trailer and then taken to the cow farm, or the cows. It's all on the same farm really. Yes, and then that'll be when that's fermented in probably a couple of months' time. Not quite sure how long it will take. I think it's usually about 2 months, maybe even 1 month, I don't know. Right, okay, so I think there's... Oh, actually, yeah, one more thing I will do this month is spread that field with fertiliser. The grass field hasn't been fertilised yet, so let's just check the current. That's the pH is not too bad. It could be improved. I suppose I could do the lime as well, but yeah, the nitrogen is where the problem is. That definitely needs spreading with nitrogen to improve the grass yield. Probably a good place to build a sawmill as well if we're going to start to produce some products for the mill and castle productions or castle construction projects. Yes, that's probably a good place to build a mill on that field or near that field, because there's quite a few trees around there as well. So the spreaders in here, I think we're going to need quite a bit of lime and fertiliser. They're probably more than I can afford to buy, because I've only got just under 8,000 in the bank, so don't think I'll be able to afford to buy too much. There is a couple of bags of fertiliser there though that I had left over from the drilling, so maybe that'll be enough. There's not much lime in here, so I could do with a silo really in the yard so that I can fill up from there, but I don't think there is one. I don't think there's a lime station here or a silo, certainly not one of the ones that you can buy. Don't think there's anywhere to buy lime. So I will have to go back to the shop if I want to get that, or build one from the menu, but that will cost about 10,000, I think they are. Yeah, I can't actually see a lime filling station anywhere, so yeah, I think the shop is the only place to go for that. You can, I think, make your own lime from the quarry, can you, from stone, or field stone anyway. I know I've done that before on the Husan Pantai series. I made my own lime and that was quite profitable, or not profitable, but made me quite a lot of money. Or saved me quite a lot of money, I should say, because lime is not cheap when you're buying a lot of it, so yeah, the more you can make yourself the better, but I think I'm going to have to just go and purchase some more. So I'll head down to the shop again, get a few bags of lime purchased, get the grass field spread with lime, and then also spread it with fertiliser. That's the lime spreading done. Now onto the fertiliser, although again I think we're going to have to do the same again and go back down to the shop and buy some more, because I don't think that'll be enough. I probably slightly overbought the lime. I probably didn't need to buy quite so much, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. I wouldn't want to have to go back down to the shop again for some more lime when I already was there, so that'd be annoying. Anyway, back to the shop again for the fertiliser. I think we'll probably buy, well, whatever I can afford really. I don't think I'll be able to buy many bags with £6,000, but I'll buy a few bags and hopefully that'll be enough to finish the field. If not, well, it'll just have to be done another time when I have a bit more money available, I suppose. But yeah, let's go and get some fertiliser bought, and I will spread that grass field with fertiliser. Okay, fertilising done. So once again I did actually buy too much, probably would have got away with not even buying any actually, just about I think there. But never mind, I've got plenty of fertiliser left over. But what's a bit weird, this field's the same soil type all the way across I think, but it's for some reason applied different amounts of nitrogen in the centre. It's put a lot more on in the middle bit, even though around the edge it didn't do as much, which is a bit strange, because if you look at the soil type, it's all pretty much, apart from that edge there, this is all the same. So it's a bit odd that it's done different amounts of nitrogen application on that bit when it's the same soil type as this bit. Yeah, I don't know, never mind. Let's get back to the yard and I will drop this off and we will rest until November. And then I'm not sure what we'll do, don't know whether it's worth doing anything else now or whether we'll do it next time, I don't know, but let's get this back to the yard and I will have a rest overnight in the farmhouse, and yeah, we'll see. You might be able to sell the bales. The bales price, the straw price should be starting to increase now, although I think it is best in December. But yeah, the animals might need some. Well, the sheep will be okay for food, but the cows might need some more. In which case, I have got the hay bales, which I can give to the cows. But they won't be able to have the silage in there until that's fermented, which will be at least a day, if not two. But I'm not sure yet how long it will take to ferment. Let's just get this in here. I don't think we'll need this again now until next year, because all the fields are now spread with fertiliser and lime, apart from the one that hasn't been drilled, which hasn't been fertilised, but I'm hoping that will be done with a planter, maybe, I don't know. We'll see on that. Right, okay, so let's head into the farmhouse and up to the bed, and we'll have a rest. Is that... No, that's not a rest point, is it? That's a character customization point, I think. The bed is in this room. There we go. So I'll rest until 9, I think, because it's getting towards winter now, so it'll be quite dark in the morning at 8. So I think if we go till 9, it should be a little bit brighter, because it's now November. I think actually I'm going to have to go through some of these months quite quickly, because there's not going to be much to do, I don't think. Oh, something new on the sale. I have got the mod on this series now where it's giving me new stuff in the sale, although, one thing in the sale. Okay, that's not great. Well, I did have about 50 things, now I've got one. Okay, that's unusual. How are the animals doing? So that, yeah, the sheep are fine. Water is okay. Grass is getting low. Okay, so we need to get those hay bales across to the cows and get them up to 80% productivity rather than 40%, which they're on at the moment, or 34%. So yeah, up to 80% for silage and for hay. So that's what we need, or ideally TMR, but we haven't got a mixer yet. Price-wise, January is the best for the barley and the wheat, and the straw is best in January as well. Okay, I'm in negative figures, that's not good. But yeah, we'll probably just go through most of November, I think, because there's not an awful lot to do. Let's get the... I'll go on the JCB. I think, see if we can pick these bales up with the JCB. Also, those lime bags have spawned into the garden of the house, which is not ideal. I think they need to be moved. I won't be able to get in there with a machine to move them, so I'll have to do that by hand with a super strength, because there's no other way of getting them out of there. Right, so these hay bales here, there's not many of them, and they're only small, but it's better than nothing. It'll keep the cows going until the silage is fermented, so that should be either the end of this month or next month that silage will be ready to unclamp and move across to the cows. So yeah, not too long to wait for that now. Let's get these, so I can get them all in one go, or not. Probably not. Doesn't help that I'm kind of stuck on the wall. Actually, these are light enough to pick up by hand, so I can just stack them by hand on the pallet fork. That's good, because they're only tiny bales. These, it's not gonna make much difference to the cow feed trough, but it's better than nothing. Let's get these taken over to the cows. At least it's not having trouble with the weight on this with these bales on. They don't weigh much. Okay, so yeah, not too far to go. Cows are only here. I will go around the track though, rather than over the rough ground, because I don't want these to fall off. They might still fall off, but at least they'll stay on the flattish surface. Right, let's get these delivered. Are they? Is this tanker's probably in the way actually? Typical. We might still take them. Let's just see. We have to move the water tanker out of the way. Yep. Okay, so I'll move that and then I can hopefully give the cows the bales. I can do it by hand though, it doesn't need to be done with the machine. Let's get this on and unloaded. Let's top the water up and I'll just move that forward. And then we can give them the rest of the hay. Or all of the hay, because they haven't actually taken any yet. They don't fall off very easily, but I can take them off like that. Is it going to take them or not? Is it not going to take them? Why is it not taking them? There we go, I think it's taken that now. I saw the, yeah, there we go. You've got to put them in there. So that's going to increase the cow's productivity to 80%, or up to 80%. I think it's up to, rather than actually 80%, because currently the grass is supposed to do 40%, but I think it's up to 40% because it's on 34%. Let's check that now. Right, so they got 4,200 litres of hay out of that. That's going to, yeah, improve the productivity, hopefully, a bit. So it means we will... Does it just mean they reproduce faster? I don't know, because they're not milk animals. These are Highland cattle, so yeah, they're not going to produce milk. They are just growing up to sell, basically. We just have to sell them when they reach their full mature age. I'm assuming these already are, I think. So they'd be worth up to 2,400. They might even increase even more, I don't know. But yeah, that's not bad. When they're first born, they're obviously worth a lot less. These ones are 3 months old and they're only worth 527 each. But yeah, they certainly increase in value a lot when they get older. So that's what we're going to do with the cows. We're going to have them reproducing. I don't know how many, how full this pen is, this enclosure. I don't know how many cows we can put in here in total. Does it say on there? 112. Wow. Okay, so we've got 15 and you can put 112 in there. That's really good. That's actually quite generous to start us off with such a big cow enclosure. So we can keep producing cows. The more we have, the faster they'll reproduce, and then we can start selling them when we get enough and start to make some proper money, hopefully, as I'm currently not doing at the moment. But yeah, I think November is not a great month for doing much, really. There's certainly nothing I can do on my land, I don't think, this month. We'll check on the production of the fermentation of the silage just to see how that's going. 84%. Okay, so that's going to be ready faster than I thought. In just probably a few hours that'll be ready, and then we can start giving the cows some silage as well. So I'll have to get a bucket, I think, for the front loader, and I can load the trailer, the tipping trailer, up with the bucket. I don't think we have a bucket, but I'll have to buy one, and then I can load the trailer, the blue trailer, with silage and tip that in the cow feed trough, and that'll keep the cows up to 80% productivity, which would be good. Eventually I'll probably try and get a TMR mixer, but at the moment it's not essential. Okay, so yeah, I think that's probably going to do for today, and then we'll continue next time. I've not really got anything else I need to do today at the moment, but next time we'll get some more jobs and do something else. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.